Every new superhero in The Boys Season 3 explored. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Terry Cooper and this is Marvelous Videos. It's not easy to think that decades from now, all of the superhero franchise fiction that dominates our mainstream cultural consumption will seem decent. This is coming from someone who enjoys this sort of thing. It's incredible when metaphors take on human form to battle or discover answers to larger-than-life situations, and it's even more remarkable when they're allowed the room to be strange cosmic tapestries seeking to be both interconnected and yet distinct. These storylines, however, have not come to dominate our streaming services and films because of a creative goodness. They are an act of corporate supremacy, a concerted attempt to ensure that regardless of who you are, you will have a corporation's mascot to connect with, to spend your time and money on. The Boys, Amazon's adaptation of Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson's comic of the same name, does its best to spit in the superhero beverage we're all drinking while collecting a giant corporate check of its own. Even if the show criticizes celebrity culture and right-wing media, the series, which begins its third season with 3 episodes this Friday, isn't best read as a condemnation of superheroes or as a violent parody of current events. The Boys is about the rot that existed before all of that cluttered our news feeds, before there even were news feeds. It's about how many things may go wrong when we allow ourselves to be swept up in the assumption that a hero will save us, and therefore, the central focus of The Boys' third season revolves around the past. We're all familiar with the characters of the Seven and the Boys themselves, but as 3 episodes are already out, there are many new soups to explore. So without further ado and without giving away any spoilers, let's begin. It's going to be diabolical. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Now, let's begin. Soldier Boy. This figure has been referenced several times in the show as a significant soup in Vort's early history. Soldier Boy, a spoof of Captain America, even more so than Homelander, has been mentioned in the series as having a link to Stormfront and Black Noir, having been the commander of Super Team Payback. Soldier Boy in the comics takes the Captain America satire a step further. He's comparable to DC's Peacemaker, but much more unlikable with a genuine dedication to patriotism, despite being a dishonest, cowardly murderer. Jensen Ackles of Supernatural portrays the role. He was the face of Vought International long before Homelander. According to Eric Kripke, showrunner for The Boys, Ackles' character was the very first superhero from World War II. He was Homelander before Homelander, the most beloved hero for decades, until he unexpectedly vanished, assumed dead, in the 1980s. So, when Billy Butcher realizes that his best chance to assassinate Homelander is caught up in this Soldier Boy mystery, he proceeds to chase it down with disastrous consequences for everyone. This superhero is amazingly strong and bulletproof. He is also immortal. Gunpowder. Gunpowder is the most self-explanatory figure on our list, and it's fitting that the Boondock Saints star Sean Patrick Flanery plays the gun-wielding soup. He's a skilled marksman with a soft spot for gun rights and the lack of gun regulation. He employs weapons, firearms, and, well, even more guns to his advantage. He was also the sidekick of Soldier Boy and was with him during Soldier Boy's apparent death in the 80s. A very obvious psychopath who, like the rest of the cast, is a humorous yet scary caricature of American civilization. Did I mention he likes guns? Keep an eye out for him in the 2nd episode. I promise you won't be disappointed. Crimson Countess. This character has already been addressed in The Boys, but she's now coming to the foreground in the current season. The Walking Dead's Laurie Holden plays Crimson Countess, and like Stormfront and Soldier Boy, she was an active hero throughout World War II. An obvious parody of Scarlet Witch, her powers have typically been centered on heat and fire manipulation. Aside from that, she was a minor character in the comics, so it'll be fascinating to see how her position in Payback and relationship with Soldier Boy play out. It's evident from the 3 episodes that after Soldier Boy, the most essential superhero from Payback is the Countess. It'll be interesting to see how her arc is handled in the upcoming episodes. Victoria Newman. Victoria Newman appeared to be the government assistance that the boys required to bring down Vought, but the Season 2 cliffhanger showed that she was not who she seemed to be. Fans of the show were left wondering who the soup was that was able to blow up the brains of participants of Newman's anti-soup committee, and the last episode of Season 2 revealed it was her all along. Her motives and who she works for were unknown until Season 3. Now, I'm not one to give out spoilers, but she plays a pivotal role in Season 3 until now. Those who haven't seen the episodes might have their minds blown when they find out her true intentions.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Amigo.
Supersonic. A new hero vying to join the Seven, Supersonic is played by Miles Gaston Villanueva. Supersonic, formerly known as Drummer Boy, is already connected to the superhero squad because he's Starlight's ex-boyfriend. Yes, you heard that right. So it won't be a spoiler if I say that yes, he creates a bit of tension and jealousy in Huey's life. We see him in the first episode as he competes in American Hero, a reality show to select the next 2 members of the Seven, as the Deep was banished, and Stormfront was injured and kicked out because of who she was. Will he get a chance to join the Seven? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Sorry if Yevgeny got a little...
Little Nina. Frenchie had a tough start to The Boys Season 3. His issues worsen when Sherry, Frenchie's lover introduced in Season 1, seeks assistance after upsetting a legendary Russian criminal known as Little Nina. Little Nina is based on Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson's original The Boys comic series, although, as is typically the case with Amazon's version, a few things are lost in translation. Aside from the name, Katia Winter's Little Nina is very different from the comic version. The character in The Boys Season 3 is Russian, she's a mobster, and her name has a dangerous reputation that even Frenchie is afraid of. That's about where the similarities end. While the comic Nina is still situated in Russia, the live-action persona is based in New York City. And while Nina from The Boys clearly has an extensive criminal enterprise, she's still just a typical mafia drug trafficker rather than the all-powerful coup plotter from the comics. The little element of Little Nina is merely symbolic, and the famed black bowl cut of the comic book character has been replaced with a more socially acceptable haircut. Oh, and she's a wonderful pop singer as well. Swatto. Swatto is a minor character in Season 3. He's a member of the superhero team Payback. He possesses 2 sets of retractable insect-like wings that allow him to fly like a dragonfly. He can hover and achieve speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. That's it. I can't see anything else about him. He doesn't have much to do, or does he? I mean, technically he does something significant which leads to a major plot point. You'll see it in Episode 3. Mindstorm. Mindstorm is a minor enemy and a member of Payback, at least in the comics. He is also in a romantic relationship with Crimson Countess. He's portrayed as a robotic superhero, although he is actually a person disguised in a robotic costume. We don't know much about him yet, as he's only appeared once in a flashback without any significant dialogue. Here's a fun fact. In the comic he was called Mind Droid, and he's a spoof of Marvel's Vision. He also resembles Jango and Boba Fett from Star Wars.
Countess, Mindstorm, Swatto, the TNT twins.
The TNT Twins. The TNT Twins, actual names Tommy and Tessa, are sidekicks. They are fraternal twin soups who were Payback members in the 1980s. We don't know much about them except that the two share a power that they activate by holding hands. When they do, they can fire lasers from their other hands.
Fucking bitch!
Termite. 15 minutes into the first episode of Season 3, you will be introduced to Termite and most probably be traumatized forever. Termite is a soup with the ability to decrease in size, yes, like Ant-Man or the Atom. Why will you get traumatized, you ask? It's because you will witness some of the most messed up, diabolical stuff in the history of television. Am I exaggerating? Oh, hell no. No spoilers, just stating a fact. Termite can lose control of his abilities by sneezing, causing himself to shrink back to his natural size. Just saying this as a piece of trivia and nothing else. Wink wink.
This is it. Final new member of the Seven is...
Honorable mentions. 2 more soups have been mentioned with somewhat of a focus, as they are also contestants of American Hero. They are Moonshadow, who is a body-positive model, and Silver Kincaid, who Starlight suggests to be the next member of the Seven by emphasizing that she has the most remarkable rescue statistics among the finalists and is a UNICEF ambassador, making her the most qualified contender without a doubt. If you enjoyed watching this video, give us a like and share the video with everyone you know. Please support us by clicking on the subscribe button as well. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Go on, scamper away, little doggy.